stuff on their Zoom, right?
Yeah, this is better than Zoom.
Okay.
Sid, are you going to McDonald's right now?
Yeah, I was gonna go to Scott's house, but he likes to lock his doors.
Oh yeah. What a loser. Yeah, Scott's call to me was him bitching me out because my service technician hasn't came to his mother-in-law's house yet. Yeah. So I went and called my guy and told him, hey, you need to get on the phone with these people right now. So Ed, are you going to John's this weekend? Is that what the plan is?
I'm going. Let's see what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm going to John's this weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to Rage in My Cajun.
It's gonna be me, Lewis, and all those guys. But Ryan Robinson is going, so that's gonna be fun for me.
Oh, someone has to lose.
Yeah, I know. Robinson is.
So it's gonna be Lewis. It's gonna be Scott. Wait, Scott win, right? It's gonna be Tim Talmadge, Eric Wolf.
Yeah, it's gonna be a
and Aaron. Lineup. You're gonna just go just to watch.
I'm gonna pull AMs with me and Robinson.
Dude, you can pull Ryan Robinson for free.
I know. Maybe some other people are coming too. That's why.
Dude, I beat Ryan at the state fair. I don't think you have anything to worry about.
Was that Robinson at the state fair?
Yeah, my first match was I had to beat him like 3 times.
Oh, okay. Well, me and him. Last time I pulled him, we were like having a little war. It was fun.
War of who's smaller?
Who's smaller?
Damn.
Let's check the Baldwest group chat. Scott says, "What chat?" Scott is so old.
He is, man. He really is. He really is.
All right, Scott might be joining us. If you can figure out how to click a link. So are you going to John's house after the Rage in the Cage?
Maybe. Depends on who shows up. I might just go during.
What if like 3 people show up? Are you just gonna leave?
In my class?
Yeah.
In my class, if there's 3 people, that's good. It's a tournament.
Our dear leader has arrived.
There he is.
There you go. And a pillow for comfort.
What's up,
Scott? What's up, Scott?
Not much. What's going on?
So we're live, Scott, but we're like it's unlisted, so like nobody can really see the thing because unless so if somebody says something dumb, I can always delete it.
Okay. So what is safe driving over there? Thinking about quarter pounders or what?
That's what I said.
He's got his balls hanging out, probably.
Sid, you on your way right now so we can go to the gym or what? All right.
Yeah, I'm on my way. You want me to pick up some shit or what?
That's really up to you, bro. Whatever you want.
You got monsters at the house right now?
I do not.
All right, I'll pick them up.
All right. So who decided they felt like going live stream?
I don't know. I think somebody said, "Hey, we should just go live." So I obliged.
Okay, that's cool. I'm down.
What are we talking about today?
Oh, here we go, Ventura.
Is my camera not working?
You should probably turn your camera on there.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Yeah.
You should have your phone allow you to fucking your camera, dude.
Yeah, this is not working for me.
I told you about those Metro PCS phones, man.
It's not a phone. This is not a fucking laptop.
What, you can't work your phone on it or what?
Wait, so you can hear me, but you can't see me.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. It was just working a second ago in the test thing, and then now it's not.
So is Scott? Scott, are you going to the Rage in the Cage thing?
No, I am not.
You're not raging in the cage?
Nope. Well, because in your comments previously before, you don't really care about it. Neither do I.
Yeah. If it was like $25 or $30, maybe I'd consider it.
There you go.
Oh,
Don't get me
There you
wrong.
go. I see you, Ventura.
I do support Scott Wynn, but at the same time, this venue is more for, I guarantee you, MMA. So at this point, it's Louis Horvath the thing. I'll get out there and, show your, if you want to fucking arm wrestle or not, or show them what you got. It's like, dude, I don't need to prove myself to anybody.
For sure.
Well, also, we don't know the outcome. We don't know what's going on. If there's gonna be like 20 people, 30 people, or just like us, me and Lewis, and like those two others.
Well, not only that, I'm going by what Ed was saying at practice. Like, you want to experience other people's arms. You don't want to keep pulling the same people over and over again. I'm spending $50 and I get to pull who? Jake or Aaron or same people I've been pulling. That's a waste for me.
You can pull them for free.
Exactly. I can pull them for free.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I'm just hoping I got California people coming or something.
Dude, who's gonna drive 6.5 hours to go to that?
People that want to. I don't know, because there is a California tournament, UAL one too. So who knows?
Yeah, they have so many events over there.
I know. And they just
I feel like
Expo too.
I feel like if you can't like do any constructive criticism or criticize an event, then that's like a red flag.
Okay.
Oh, what you said in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out a good background.
I was wondering why it keeps changing it, but all right. Whatever.
It's Pride Month, Scott. It's our month, baby.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. That's what's up.
That's why I gathered the gayest people in all of Facebook to celebrate this wonderful month.
Where are you driving
What
to,
about
Sid?
Huh?
Where are you driving to?
I'm driving to my bestie's house so we can go work out.
Oh,
What's today's workout?
Bench.
That's it, just bench.
Arm, bench, tricep back down. Anything with triceps, biceps, I guess. Try to get some blood flow in those arms,
I gotta work on my wrists and fingers. So
Do you guys do JM presses?
Yes.
Do you ever do them in an incline?
At an incline?
Yeah, I've seen Todd Hutchings do that. I tried it yesterday, but it didn't really feel right.
That sounds terrible.
No, I haven't done an incline, but I can give it a shot today. See how it is. So, just curious, are we going to have a subject, or are we just going to randomly talk live, or what?
Whatever is on anyone's mind. I don't know. You
I thought
guys
we were
wanted
gonna
this
talk about
meeting.
this weekend.
Hey, I'm only here because someone told me to come, and I'm here. So
since Scott got kicked off of reffing for these super matches, who's reffing now?
whoa. I didn't get kicked off. I chose not to.
Yeah. So Ed, do you know who's reffing?
Yeah, I'll ref.
Oh God.
So I heard that Bellick and Ed is going to be reffing.
Yeah, so I'll be head ref. John can be down ref, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter.
Now,
Is John
Ed,
not
did
going to take any more super matches? He's just going to ref?
Wait, repeat?
Is John not going to take super matches and just ref now?
So what John wants to do is he doesn't want to match if he's going to host it, because last time he was like trying to make tacos, doing all this
His
sort of like
mindset
stuff.
wasn't right. His mindset wasn't right.
Yeah, his mindset wasn't right. So like he's giving people directions and shit, because there's 40 people that come into the event. So I feel like you're not at your best mental state for a match.
Yeah, I'm gonna use that excuse too.
You can keep using that excuse, bro. That's fine.
Is that why you lose all the time, Aaron?
I don't lose all the
Because you're always hosting.
Yeah, I guess so.
Wait, where's Lewis?
Lewis is working. He's on a roof somewhere, probably.
Oh, I didn't know if he was going to throw it that. I didn't know if he wanted to say that he had to watch his kid or something. I'm just giving you
Lewis goes to work. He has a kid, right?
I'd love to give that guy shit.
Did you have a question, Scott? What were you asking me?
What was I asking?
Something about wrestling?
Oh, did you get the list of Bellick's repping?
Oh, the rules, yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, so basically it was just like just normal rules. It looked like there was like a king's move rule I disagreed with, and I was like, he's like, no king's move allowed. I'm like, well, that kind of doesn't make sense. So I just said like, well, if you have your shoulder below the pad in a losing position, then you have to get up. But if you're in a winning position, that's fine.
That's good. That's the rules.
Well, there was another one that I disagreed with too. Well, we kind of discussed this. I don't know, since he wants all of us, me, you, to be the ref and stuff, and how we want to do this. But we're going to talk to everybody else too. He wants to eliminate the ready out of ready goes. So it's just go.
That's dumb.
And I told him, I'm like, dude, how are we going to train that? Because almost everywhere has ready go, not just go.
Yeah.
So
I didn't see that in the rules. What's
no,
up,
I
Lewis?
talked about it.
What's going on, guys?
Are you on the can? You in the toilet?
Yep. Oh, you better believe it.
Squeeze it out.
This real life.
You're a fucking champ right there, bro.
Champion.
Yeah.
Champion. No, what about that?
What are you Are you on live on YouTube?
It's live, but it's unlisted in case I need to edit something.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, like my stinky ass.
Yeah, I
All right, so what was the discussion there that I missed? The ready goes, this, that, the other.
Bellick came out with the rules list for refs. Okay. And I just discussed it with him he put something on there for ready goes. And I wanted to talk to him about that. And he's like, on the list, it said ready, pause, go. And I said, usually it doesn't work like that. It's just usually ready, go. There's no pause. And then he's like, he wants to try to eliminate the ready out of the ready, go. So he just wants it to be go. And I'm like, that's kind of hard.
So the way that works, yeah, like the way that you're going to have to do that, if you want to do something like that, it's get your grip. Are you okay? Are you okay? Go. Plain and simple. Like, it's like, are you good there? Are you good there? Go. Like, and that's what it is. It's just like, that's where it is. It's literally just going to be, okay, get your grip. Okay, wrist, go. And that's really not fortunate, because I mean it can give advantage to one player or the other, but better to the other. But I don't know. It's
my take on it was make it exactly like the tournaments. So if it's a ready go, do a ready go. If it's running fouls, do running fouls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I know, like, this weekend's going to be a little interesting. So if you're going to be out, if anybody's going to the Rage in the Cage, I'm going to get further clarification on it, but it's going to be standard walk rules for amateurs. So micro elbow fouls, all that stuff. And then for the pro division, it's going to be a modified walk rules. So more along the lines of WAL. So it'll be what everybody's always, now recently called professional elbow foul. So an elbow foul where you gain position, or I mean, and that's the same thing, coming off the front of the pad to gain position, to get yourself into a better position. But other than that, it's just going to be major elbow fouls, and that will be running fouls. So, and then absolutely zero shoulder below the table. So it has to be even with the table at all times. Nothing goes below the table at all. And then it's just a running foul system. So that's going to be this weekend. He's going to go over some other stuff for me because he said something. I can't remember what he said, but I was like, I'm going to need, it was like intentional slip with, intentional slip by flying off the table. So like if you intentionally raise your elbow off the table and slip out, he said that was like an automatic foul or an automatic loss or something. I can't even remember. I got to get further clarification, but because I'm going to be helping him officiate. Yeah, I'm going to be helping him officiate this weekend too, not just competing.
It kind of sounds like if you have rules where if you, let's say you elbow fouled, but you didn't gain position, it kind of makes it where it's a little subjective.
Sure. And that's the thing is like, you got to have the multiple referees to, agree on it at that point. It's where it's like, if the head referee's calling it, it's head referee's call. If it's the down referee that's calling it, it's going to have to be, agreed upon by the head ref and the down ref. So it is a little bit, for sure, subjective.
So what do you think about those rules? Do you like that?
Or is just one?
Are you asking me or are you asking?
I'm asking you because you're the one competing.
It'll be interesting. I don't think I'm going to be too affected by it, really, truly, and honestly. The running foul system is something that we played around with for a long time, but most competitions, we are, WAF rules or UAL rules where it's micro elbow fouls and it's done, So, it will be an adjustment, but it will be nice to not have the opponent that's going to manipulate the rules by lifting their elbow to gain a restart because they got themselves into a losing position.
So just to clarify, so if I lift my elbow up, that's not a restart, that's a running foul?
Correct. Like I said, it's going to be like the modified WAL rules. You're just popping your elbow up. If you're popping your elbow and gaining position, then that's a foul. If you're popping your elbow, and gaining position forward, like you drag your elbow off the front of the pad to chase your opponent down, and get better purchase so you can drag him back, that's a foul.
So what do you think the rules should be as far as like ranking super matches?
For ranking super matches for you guys, I don't think it should be micro elbow fouls for sure. Let you guys arm wrestle. I like the professional elbow foul. So it's an elbow foul where you've gained position. So if you're, again, we know what it means to gain or lose position in an elbow foul, moving in a positive direction. I think that there should be no below the table kings move, period. Y'all should fucking work on your strength and get your shit together, get stronger.
Shots fired.
Parallel pins, that's all the same. I think that it needs, intentional slips are hard to judge, but I agree that if it's an intentional slip, it's a foul, and a restart, because there are too many of us now that the young guys train to slip because they don't have, a strong hand and they can't gain hand control. so they slip on purpose, you know. So I definitely agree with the intentional slip and there being an intentional slip rule. You know, just a modified WAF ruling, really, where it's not micro elbow fouls, but everything else basically stays the same.
What do you think about, instead of 2 fouls, having 3 fouls?
I do like 3 fouls better than 2, just because that gives more to a match instead of like, okay, well, you know, I've only got 1 foul to play with. Well, now it's like, okay, well, I have 2 fouls to play with. You know, 3 strikes, you're out. You know, I played baseball forever and ever and ever, so it's 3 strikes out. But it's like, all right, cool. You know what? You can manipulate the rules a little bit. It adds to the, you know, I guess the not the wow factor, but the entertainment value by having 3 fouls. So somebody can foul and get a restart, foul and get a restart. And then it's like, all right, well, I wasn't able to manipulate them twice and get, you know, get what I want off of fouling to get where I need to. So I better figure this shit out now. You know, so if somebody's getting their ass kicked and they foul and get a restart, they get their ass kicked again, foul, get a restart, and then they pull it back and actually get the win. Like, that's pretty legit. Like, good job. You made the adjustment. So, I mean, that could go both ways, though, too, where it's just like, if you can't figure it out the first time on your foul, then get better.
Yeah,
if it's safe with the 2 foul system.
I think the whole point of the ranking thing is to figure out who's better, not who's going to win the match, per se. So then
maybe it needs to stay with just 2 fouls.
Well, because I was thinking if you do 3 fouls, then I don't know. It kind of, you kind of do the match, you know, you try to figure out who's better instead of fouling out. I mean, what the rest of you think? 3 fouls,
Sure.
2 fouls?
I mean, yeah, if you foul out, you foul out. You know, that's part of the game. You know, that still doesn't mean you're a bad arm wrestler, but that just shows your table IQ. That shows your skill level. You know, if you're using now, if you're smart and you're using fouls to protect yourself and you make the right adjustment, good for you. That shows table IQ. So, you know, it can be used both ways. But if you get your ass kicked 3 times and the first 2 times you foul to get a restart and you can't make the proper adjustment the 3rd time and you get your butt kicked, then you get your butt kicked.
What do you think about it, Scott? 3 fouls or 2 fouls?
Well, I've usually been running off the 2 foul rule, so it doesn't really matter to me. If you want to add another foul in there, that's to me, it's kind of defeating the purpose. All these changes in arm wrestling, it's sometimes it's for the good, but sometimes it's for the bad. We keep training certain ways, but then, you know, let's just say you've been training for 10 years and it's one way, and then all of a sudden everything changes. Why are we changing these things? You know, are we doing it to benefit other people in arm wrestling or in the negative? You know, I don't see the whole point of the 3, the foul. I really don't. Because if we've been training the 2 foul, why are we going to a 3?
Well, good.
I agree.
Do you think the rule should be different for amateurs and, like, let's say a higher level amateur or like a pro for a ranking match?
No, I do not. If there shouldn't be any changes at all, because if they're going to be going from amateur to pro, they should know everything from the pro status also into the amateurs. Because why would you do something differently in the amateurs and then go to pro and have something be different that you've been training on? I think it should all be the same.
I agree with you, Scott. I think that's also a protection thing. Where
see, if the refs are in there, yes, do a little bit more protection, show them a little bit different things when you're up there in the amateurs or whatever. But when you go to pros, yes, you should know what you're doing on the table. You know, more knowledgeable, I should say.
It's the same. It's the same way. Like if you think about putting your son into playing baseball. All right, you start them off playing t-ball, then you start them off playing this, and then you start them off that. You know, when you go from high school to professionals, high school players aren't allowed to run each other over. Professionals are. So we're not, you know, it's about the protection of the athlete. So I think that, you know, but I agree for the majority of the rule set. Yeah. Definitely the majority of the rule set should be the same.
Because I was thinking the amateurs get 3 fouls only because amateurs tend to foul a lot, kind of inadvertently.
That's a good way if you want to think about it. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
I don't exactly agree with that. You know, it's like, as an amateur, I don't want you to be able to foul over and over and over again. I want you to perfect your craft to where you aren't fouling. So that way, when you get up to that professional level, it's just like playing professional basketball, professional baseball. The players are allowed to get away with more in the way of fouling with each other, all for entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, it's literally all for entertainment, because you can watch any basketball game out there and the players are slamming the crap out of each other. There's fouls left and right, and they're not calling half of them. It's only the major fouls that they call.
All right, two fouls it is. Yeah, we're having a meeting with Greg Brown Monday about the rankings and stuff and establishing rules and stuff like that. What do you think about so it's the rankings are going to be based on weight classes. So the weight class, should you be divided into a weight class that you compete in or that you are currently in right now?
Competing? That makes sense, right?
Let's say let's say I competed 205, right, at the tournament, but I'm 235 right now. Which weight class am I in for ranking?
What's the next competition? What are you pulling in? You're pulling in 205, right?
205, yeah.
Yeah, so you're 205 then.
Yeah, I would say for the state rankings for you guys and all this, you know, for you guys' ego to have fun and do everything, it should be what you typically compete at, because this isn't competition. This is all just, you know, backyard rankings, you know. So if you're 260 but you compete at 220, then congratulations, you've got 40 pounds and the guy that walks around at 220 regularly, when you walk around at 240 regularly and you cut to 220. You know, that's just the way it is.
Wait, so Lewis, are you not planning on getting any ranking matches yourself?
No, I don't need to.
You don't need to. Okay.
Yeah,
No, go for it. You guys, this is you guys have your deal, and it is your rankings, and that is those rankings, in my opinion, are for you guys that are wanting to feel better about yourselves, and everybody on that list minus individuals are all amateurs.
Okay.
That's, you know, that literally the 90% of that list is comprised of amateurs. They are competing in the amateur divisions and amateur setting.
Under 2 years. Yeah.
You know, this is not Eastern Europe where there is no amateur. You compete, and it is the level that it is. You know, there is only one set in Eastern Europe. There's only one class, and that is open.
Hey Jake, how do you feel about all this, bud?
Yeah, Jake.
I haven't heard you talk, but I want to get your opinion on that stuff.
Well, I agree with you as far as the rules goes. I feel like everyone should be going in, not knowing the same things, but following the same rule sets. But, you know, beginners, amateurs, obviously, you know, should be kept a little bit more safe. But everyone should have a basic knowledge of what is going on before they get there, and everyone should train for set rules. So I feel like whether there's 2 fouls or 3 fouls or whatever, people should know these and train for them and should stay safe. That's really, I don't know. I'm just listening to you guys.
Seems like we all agree on the 2 fouls rule then.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah. Well, and that's just it. It's like what the majority of what we compete in, whether it's WAF or USAA, USAS, IFA, it's 2 fouls. You know, the only modifications that happen are those that are special, and WAL. You know, and there's no WAL tournaments, so those rules are basically out. So you might as well be training a two foul system, unless you know ahead of time that it is a running foul. And there's very, very few tournaments that are running fouls. NBK.
Hey, Jake, what do you think about the weight classes, too?
Jake, what do you think about the
weight classes, too?
About the weight classes?
Yeah, like what should you be categorized at on rankings?
What should
Guys,
I
have to get back to
personally be
work.
categorized?
Y'all have a good one.
I see you, Lewis.
Wait, so you're asking what I personally should be categorized as?
So let's say you compete at 205, but you're 250, right? But you're planning on competing at 205. Should you be ranked at 205 or 232 or super heavyweight? But you're planning on competing at 205 in the future.
I don't know. I think you should be ranked at what your natural weight is, not what you cut to or what you gain to. I don't know. I guess it really depends on how often are you changing these weight classes or cutting for.
It's a life.
Well, it's every single tournament. So let's say you're cutting 20 pounds, 15 pounds, whatever it is.
Can I say something?
Yes, you can, Scott.
So the way I see it is, if let's say you're 250 and you drop down to 220, okay, and the ranking system shows that you're at 220, but then you jump back up to 250 and someone wants to super match you. Does that mean now I got to drop back down to 220? That's a lot of work, you know.
Right.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm saying, that people should be at their natural weight.
If you're sitting at 250, okay, no, I wouldn't. If you're cutting down to 220 to jump into a competition, I wouldn't necessarily say no, you're not ranking, because if I sit naturally at 250 and someone calls me out, I'm not dropping weight. So I'd say if you're going to call me out in a super match, it'd be it's 250 or something along those lines. I would agree more.
I agree with that.
Because let's just say, I jump back up 20 pounds in, let's say, 2 weeks, and then someone else calls me out, now I got to fucking re-drop weight just to do a super match. That's not necessarily healthy, going back and forth like a roller coaster just to make a super match. I'm not against the super matches. I'm just trying to be just as informative and where we all sit on this. Also, it's just really hard how we discuss it when we're going to put Halo on there. I know I have competed at 205 to 232 a lot, so I would say I'm going to be more in that class than anybody else. Than Jay sitting comfortably at 160 or whatever. He's not going to be like 205 and pretty much, unrealistic.
Well, the bigger guys fluctuate a lot anyway.
Yeah. But see, you probably sit comfortably at 205 to 220, right?
What, me?
Yeah.
My natural weight is like 220.
Yeah, so 220, mentally, if you want to drop down, that's fine. But, would you rather pull someone heavier than you or someone lighter than you?
Well, if I'm going to supermatch somebody, I'm going to be like 235.
Okay. See, so at this point, you are set to, let's say, 220, but then you got the supermatch confirmed. Now you bump up to, 20 pounds or something. Does that seem fair?
I don't know. A lot of things in life aren't fair, Scott.
I know. I'm just saying.
So, like, me personally, like, in a match with Jesse and then, well, not for Alex, but for Jesse, I'm going to be like 235 for that. And I know he's like 225, 230. And then for Alex, it's going to be like 230. But we all compete around 205 or 232 class. I don't know. I don't think it really matters all that much unless we're like top 20 North American rankings, and it's like whatever.
That I also, it's also, I'd say, on agreement too. like, hey, if Jake calls me out because I want a super match, and seriously, I'm like, okay, I'll give it to you if that's what you want. You know, I'm not really going to look good on him, but see, I will give him that match because he calls me out. You know, I'm not going to neglect it for what he wants or air it on anybody. So I guess that's how I feel on that one too. I'm not going to back down from a match from anybody. I don't care what the weight class is. I'll give them satisfaction if they want, you know. But that's a hard topic to discuss on, you know, how it's going to be played out.
What's your weight at right now, Scott?
233.
Ooh, big boy.
Yeah.
What else you got, Jake? What else about the rules and stuff, rankings and things like that? What would you add?
I don't know if I'm experienced enough to talk on that.
Dude, none of us are really all that experienced, honestly. It's whatever we want for Arizona rankings. This is Arizona rankings. This is
I have an opinion on the foul system.
What's your opinion?
I like running fouls.
The problem with running fouls is that shit's confusing.
Well, I mean, it's a double standard. You can either watch a match lose on fouls, or you can watch an extended match that keeps going and going because this guy keeps fucking having these micro fouls. Me personally, I want all that action. I want to watch all of that. If it takes longer, fine. I don't want to see a match end on fouls. If the match has to take longer for me to watch two people fight each other rather than bitch about like whose fucking elbow is going up higher or not, that's what I want to see. That's just my opinion. I don't know. I think that there's a right, like for super matches, for instance. I think runners are great for tournaments. No, like get that shit out of the way real fast. Like if you're gonna fucking elbow foul, get out of here. You lose. But a super match, if I'm gonna like for instance, if I'm gonna pay money to watch a super match, I don't want to see that shit end on fouls. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So that's my opinion. As far as the rules go, I'm fine with it, with any of it. If I'm given a certain rule set, I'm gonna train for that, and I'm gonna try my fucking darndest not to hurt myself. That's all I have to say about that.
Well, yeah, we're having a meeting Monday about it. So the only thing I would change is the no kings move. I would allow a kings move just because it's kind of a given now. You know what I mean?
Well, it hasn't been yet, so I don't see why we shouldn't be able to use it.
Well, like Sid's kings move against Miguel, it's like that was fine.
Yeah,
You
that
know,
was
I
a
don't
solid kings move too.
But if you're going to get in it, fine, whatever, get in it. But until WAL or whoever bans, you know, the Kings move, it's legit. So I can't say anything about that.
Yeah. You know, you could say maybe like no kings move to amateurs, but then what if they're really good at kings move, you know?
True, Jake has his own move, and I don't like it, but yet he still does it, and he feels strong in that position, so I'm not going to stop him from doing it. So,
I mean, is my version really a king's move? I think it's more like a king's hook or whatever.
Move.
I'm not
Every time I try an actual king's move, I always hurt myself. Like,
What does that king's hook even look like?
it's just like instead of a defensive position, you're in an offensive, but like up here, and you're like fully cupped in and shit. It's what is that Australian? What is that one Australian? He does
Ryan
it.
Bowen?
No, not Ryan Bone. He trains with them. He's one of those brothers.
The Burnett
I forget.
brothers?
Who?
The Burnett brothers or something
Yes,
like that?
yes,
Robert
Burnett.
Burnett.
One of the Burnetts
Yeah.
does a king's hook, and I don't know how he does it, but every time I try that king's move out like that, I always get opened up like that. So that hurts. I can't do that. I'm not like Sid.
Well, I think Sid was successful with it because his
Exactly,
shit
he
was, like, right
was. He
here.
was good. He had his pronation and everything. It was good. And he didn't go below the table. He was like up here.
Yeah.
So
Well, his
that was,
shoulder
like,
was
legit.
his shoulder was so big that actually was like parallel with the elbow.
yeah.
Hey Sid, show the camera where you're like going like that. That's it. That's all you can do. So Scott, wait, Scott, I have a question for you. So okay, so you know how Lewis said, I don't get basically, I don't give a shit about the rankings. You guys do it for fun. That's his opinion. That's cool. What do you think about the rankings?
I love arm wrestling. I don't care if it's in a backyard. I don't care if it's at a tournament. I'm going to arm wrestle. So that's my opinion on that. To me, you're getting experience wherever you are. In a backyard, at a tournament, at your friend's house, at your dad's house, your mom's house. I don't really care. You're getting experience, okay? So if he just wants to be a tournament guy, that's fine with me, okay? And yes, we are all pulling the same people over and over again, but yeah, I feel like I'm getting stronger still, okay? So that's my opinion on that. I personally like doing the super matches because, it gives us a chance to pull with different people. Not all the time, but in that weight class or individuality of lower or higher. I love teaching, so I that's how I feel about that.
Yeah, I just feel like it just gives us something kind of to kind of look forward to, like a goal, like, hey, I want to be whatever, I want to be ranked whatever, because I mean tournaments come and go. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about it, Ventura?
Sorry, my mic was muted. Sorry. Okay. I agree. No, I agree 100%.
So, do you look? What's your opinion on establishing a ranking system?
I think that the person who's making the ranking system has to have a good understanding of all of the, I don't know, top pullers, because like Scott said, or what Lewis said earlier, is that most of the rankings on what's his name's rankings are mostly amateurs and stuff like that. You can't really put a I agree that specific ranking list is made to make people feel or have a goal, like okay, this person thinks I'm right here, I need to be over here, whereas like I think rankings should be based off of a good knowledge of how everyone in the state pulls. I don't think that it should be based off of success for like a few super matches that you've had. I don't know if that makes sense or anything. I feel like the person making the ranking has to have a good understanding of just pullers everywhere, specifically in the state that they're making the rankings for.
So do you think it should be based on like points, or like, let's say like you're number 5 and I'm number 10 and I beat you? Should I be number 5 or should I be like 7?
I think that you should drop one below and then maybe have a match with the person who is right under you or above you. I don't know. I feel like when someone is ranked above someone, not only should they first defend it against someone who is below them, but then go ahead and if they win, defend it against someone who is above them. So if you were to lose, I don't think you should drop like 5 spots. I think that you should drop 1, face the person that is right under you, and if you lose to that person, then you would drop quite a few spots.
That makes sense.
Does that make sense?
That shit's confusing.
Confusing? Okay.
Yeah, you know how in games they have the ranked matchmaking and there's like a score, or there's whatever, like gold, silver. Like you gain, let's say 25 points per victory or something like that. I don't know. I think Corey Miller was trying to do something like that.
Maybe it should be based off of points.
Yeah, this is points. Yeah.
Like let's say you have a certain weight class, let's say 232 weight class or 165, and everybody starts at 0 points, and then per win you get 25 points,
right,
or something like that. Then whoever has the highest points, they just kind of get sorted out that way.
Yeah, that could work.
I don't know though. But then let's say number 9 and number 10 could just keep winning and losing or whatever, and just kind of getting points that way. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't either. Sort of
They
just
probably have some. He probably has something implemented for that, so they can't do that.
Probably. There would be people game
Or
the
no.
system.
No, in the podcast, he said that it counts as less if you've already beaten each other. It's like 1 point instead of like 5 or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What have you to say, Aaron, about this stuff?
Yeah, Aaron.
It's getting everybody excited, and I'm excited to pull Jose. And then I want who else am I pulling up to? Oh, Brugger, you.
So you got Jose first, and then you got Brugger after that.
Yeah, and then I want John, if you can stop being a baby and just pull me.
John Ballack. He'll pull you at your if you host it.
That's fine, or somebody else can host for once.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Cool.
All right. Is this team meeting adjourned? Anybody else got anything?
Other than sitting here knowing I'm the best, nope.
I don't know. I think the ranking stuff is cool. Like you can't just be like so, kind of like single-minded as far as I only care about tournaments. It's like in the grand scheme of things, no one in Arizona except John Brzenk is ranked top 20 in North America. So we all kind of.
Speaking of being simple-minded and not doing that, where the heck is the left-handed rankings? Okay.
Do you want left-handed rankings?
Yes,
I'd like
that goes hand in hand with not being simple-minded. You know, lefters matter too. Okay. Lefters.
Yes, I
Right.
agree. But we do got both 2 arms, so
All hands matter.
Exactly.
I'd like to see lefty too.
Yeah,
Because that's just
the 70s
showing the
anymore.
lefties have to compete in a right, and I don't agree with that. If their dominant hand is left, so let's see what they got on the left. Because I know Leo from Tucson, he's a lefty, and he competes on the right, but if he's a dominant lefty and he can't even get a ranking system on the left, then that's kind of messed up, don't you think?
Exactly, I agree, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there should be left-hand ranking, right-hand ranking, and then an overall right-handed ranking, or should there be an overall left-handed ranking too?
Yeah,
I feel like an overall ranking would be so hard, though, wouldn't it?
Well, that's how it is right now
No,
on the
wouldn't it?
ranking board.
Yeah,
right
I
now it's
know.
overall right-hand.
But according to Lewis, everybody on that thing is pretty much an amateur anyway, right?
Yeah, we're all amateurs. Lewis is the only pro, right?
Yep.
I feel like the only way you'd be able to rank an open ranking is to take winners from people who compete in open rankings for tournaments.
Yeah.
How are you
that's
going
what
to
it
take
is.
someone? How are you going to take someone who only competes in their specific weight classes and put them into an overall ranking? How are you going to measure that?
They're not.
Interesting. Alrighty,
All right.
I got to get going. So,
All right, bro.
what? See you, buddy. This is fun. We should do this again. It's a little team meeting.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, see you, fellas.
Let's do it. All right.